Welcome to today's Self-Care Sunday video. So I've been thinking for the past few days that what should I talk about in my next Self-Care Sunday video. And before I dive into what I really want to talk about, I feel like I just want to say thank you. I know I keep saying thank you to you guys, but I want to say thank you to you guys because this has become a series that I'm really looking forward to. It's also become an opportunity for me to sit down and glam, but not talk about the makeup, which is really great because I talk about makeup a lot. So it's sort of become like my own little, I was gonna say escape, but that sounds so harsh. Like, I don't need an escape from makeup, but still, like, you know, it's just become one of those things where I'm sitting down, doing my makeup and talking to my friends. I genuinely feel like I'm talking to my friends whenever I sit down to talk to you guys candidly. Like, I feel like this is really my zone. So when I see comments down below that say things like "D" and I feel like you're my friend, I think you should know that I feel like that too, and I think I'm a lot more excited about having you guys as my friend because there's so many more of you and then there's just like one me. But it's something that really excites me because I get to sit here, I get to talk my heart out. In fact, in the previous Self-Care Sunday series, I had Jerry with me in the video, which was really cool. He wasn't feeling very chatty that day, but he still wanted to be part of the video because he felt like the little input that he had might really matter to the context of the video because the entire video was about us. But today I want to kind of talk about something that we get to see a lot of on the internet, and it's a little bit contradictory, it's a little bit controversial, not controversial, but it's a little bit contradictory to itself because we see so much on the internet about being positive, and I just feel like a lot of it is not necessarily positive. Like, that sounds so weird. It's meant to be positive, but it's not necessarily positive. And I'm gonna give you context on what I mean by that and how I mean that it's not positive, right? I feel like I should give you context. I'm gonna go ahead and link all of the details of the makeup I'm using down below, so please take a look at that. FYI, I want today's look to be like very glam. I'm really hoping to get a glam look because it's been a while since I like went all out and did a full glam face. As I say that, I have realized मैं अपना beauty blender भूल चुकी हूँ, but we'll be back in a second. Okay, so I said a lot of things in the last 5 minutes and I realized that I wasn't wording them correctly, so I'm kind of starting this video from scratch, which is why you suddenly see me with my foundation on and halfway through my concealer. I need to word my words carefully. Yeah, well, I do need to word my words carefully, and that's because I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression of anything I say. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm dissing anyone or throwing shade on anyone ever. That is never my intention. So here's why I chose a topic like fake positivity on the internet for today's video. A lot of times on the internet we see posts that are meant to uplift us. They come from a great intention. They usually tell you about some good things you can do to uplift your mood, and I'm someone who believes in having a set of things that instantly picks me up. So I'm also one of those people that goes back to my list of things, which I will share with you in this video at some point, that instantly pick me up. But I also kind of want to address through this video that if you are someone who's seen a post like this or read a book like this or seen a video and you try those things and they don't pick you up, it's not a bad thing. There's nothing that's wrong with you. There have been times in my own life that I've, like, for me, example, just simple example, putting it out there, one of the things that instantly makes me feel better is taking a nice hot shower. It's just one of those things that really works for me. I'm specifying for me because it may work for me and it may not work for you. Maybe a cold shower will work for you, maybe a swim in the cold ocean or in a pool will work for you. I'm not sure. I'm just putting it out there. For me, this is what uplifts my mood. I enjoy a good hot shower, right? But there have been times in the past where I've taken a nice hot shower and my mood is just so shitty that it doesn't get uplifted. Like, either I'm in a bad mood, whether I'm angry or I'm sad or I'm just basically feeling low. Like, it could be a mood thing, it could be a life phase thing, day phase thing, or it could just be a hormonal thing. I could be PMSing. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to talk about a few things we see on the internet that typically are meant to make us feel really good, but somehow sometimes land up making us feel worse. And that's nobody's fault. It's just the way the internet communicates things with us. So it's sort of like saying आप अगर ये वाला नाश्ता खाओ 8 दिन के लिए तो आपका weight loss हो जाएगा. But your body type could be different, right? Maybe you have PCOD, maybe you have PCOS, maybe you have thyroid, maybe you just generally have a slow metabolism. It could be absolutely anything. There's no one size fits all logic to happiness, to peace of mind. So what I'm going to say is that a lot of us see on the internet things that are meant to make us feel better. What they actually are, I think in my opinion, a means of forming a habit which over a process of time can make you feel better. I'm gonna get a tad bit technical over here. Please bear with me just 1 minute, I promise. I remember studying, like I studied psychology in college for a couple of modules, and I remember learning about this term. My under eyes are looking so off. All of the products will be mentioned down below. Don't worry, won't miss out on that. Even though I know I'm not talking about makeup, we won't miss out on that, I promise. One of the terms that I remember learning about and that has really stuck with me is conditioning, especially like the one which was classical conditioning. Now I don't remember who came up with it because theory tha and utna mujhe yaad nahi hai. But basically classical conditioning is the act of doing something in a repeated manner that gives you a repeated result. So for example, if I take my laptop into bed and work, which I barely ever do, I do sometimes, but like very little, I automatically start feeling like lethargic or start feeling lazy, chill, you know what I mean, because I'm in my bed. And that's what that bed makes me feel like. It makes me sleep, it makes me lounge, it puts me in a relaxed mode, which is great because it's doing its job. The bed is doing its job. There are a lot of days where you guys see me in my vlogs sitting and working in my living room, and that gives me a really good balance between being able to juggle the house and being able to work. I know the minute I'm in this office room and I'm filming or I'm working, what's on my face? I just like did my brows and upper lip before filming this video. So as I was saying, when I come into this office, I know I'm in like a full work mode. It's an energy that this space brings for you. It's classical conditioning. I'm used to walking into the space and my head goes into like a mujhe kaam karna hai zone. Please go ahead and look up what classical conditioning means. I can't get too technical on it right now because it's just a term that I've stuck with and I have a basic idea, a gist of it. But if you want to know the technical aspects of it, I definitely think you should look it up. So what I think a lot of these posts on the internet tend to do is, while they kind of say that, oh, it's an instant pick me up, oh, it makes me feel better, you need to keep in mind that the person who's saying that to you is feeling that way because of a certain repeated action that has got them a certain repeated result. It may not be the exact same way for you. I, over a period of time, have realized that when I take showers, hot showers, in the middle of the day just to make myself feel better, it actually works for me. The first time you try it, you might just be like, oh god, I wasted 4 minutes in the shower and I'm not particularly feeling better. It's that push, it's that fake it till you make it wala feeling. You know what I mean? So I feel like one can't randomly expect for things to feel better by doing one action. Having said that, I do 100% genuinely feel like if you form a habit of these things in a healthy fashion, then there can be a certain set of things that can make you feel better. That I believe for sure. And that has more to do with your will, that has more to do with your goals, with why you're forming a certain habit, just like so many other habits that are out there. That has more to do with why you're doing what you're doing and your goal of where you want to get with it. I also don't think it would be completely fair for me to dive into the section and tell you that anything to do with repeated habits for a specific reason are just things in general that people should start forming. Like if you're in your late teens, early 20s, even if you're in your mid 20s, start forming certain habits that you may have to push yourself for now, but things that will instantly, or like not instantly, things that will over a period of time instantly uplift you. You know what I mean? So I'll give you a very simple example, and I'm a fail example of this, but I'm trying to turn that fail into a not fail. That is my current active short-term goal that I've given myself. Okay, so I have attempted working out regularly in 3 different phases of my life that I'm going to tell you about. So once when I was in the 12th grade, which I was in college, and I joined a gym really close to my house, like my mom's house now. I went to the gym religiously for 10 months, and then I traveled a little bit, and by the time I came back, my gym membership got over and I never renewed it. So that was phase 1, where I really started seeing results of working out, in the sense that I was really skinny at that time. But what happened was I started getting toned. So it wasn't a weight driven thing, it was more of a toned fitness driven thing. One of the things that I personally am very proud about for myself is that all the phases in my life where I've really tried to work out have been extremely fitness oriented, and not like मुझे ऐसे दिखना है या इतने inches lose करने हैं or anything like that. That has changed. So I should say that the first 2 phases in my life weren't like that, but I will come to that also in a bit. The second phase that I had about working out was in 2000, and I want to say 2015-16. I think it was around the time I got engaged. Now at this time I had randomly gained like some 17-18 kilos, and the weight didn't bother me because I was underweight anyway, so I had actually become a good weight for myself, but I had gained a lot in inches. So one of the things I realized about my body a little later, I think I came to the realization only like in 2018 or something, was that once I turned 23, 24, I don't know, whatever gene in my body, like whether it was my metabolism or whether it was my, I don't know, whatever it was, snapped. So earlier I used to eat and eat and eat, and I never gained any weight, and then after I turned 22, 23 or whatever, I suddenly started gaining weight in direct proportion to what I was eating, and my eating habits in itself have been a fail, like for majority of my life, which is why I said I'm trying to turn that fail into a not fail for myself. So I'm not proud of my eating habits at all. I mean, I laugh at myself, but that doesn't mean I'm proud of them. It's something that I'm actively trying to change. I've switched my own breakfast from like carb-filled breads and cereals to like pohas and upmas, which are like lesser on carbs and more on like just healthier side of things. So I'm trying to do those chotu things in my life. Circling back to the workout point, I worked out regularly till about 2017ish. Okay, I took a couple of months break in the middle because of travels again, but I worked out actively till around 2017. Then I stopped. Then I just stopped. Then in 2019, I don't know why I stopped, by the way. Then in 2019, I got back to working out. And I've been working out more or less good enough since. I'll tell you why. In July 2019, I signed up to go to gym with a friend. And I think this really did it for me, because not only was I enjoying the gymming process, I was also enjoying meeting my friend every other morning and working out with her, which was an amazing thing for someone like me who enjoys meeting friends and not necessarily always having the time to do so. So it was becoming like a friend hangout plus gym thing. So if you're someone who's looking for a hack, maybe try this. However, in this year 2020, we're in August as I'm filming this. It's August 26th as I'm filming this. I'm guessing this video will go up in September. But the thing that happened with me was, once the lockdown started in Feb, and this is where I really royally messed up. I shouldn't have done this, but what's done is done. I'm actively trying to correct it. I didn't work out at all, like at all, from March till March, April, May, June, July. I went 5 months with zero workout, and my flat tummy and my fitness and the little cuts I was getting to see in my muscles, because again, I'm very fitness oriented, right? It's not like I just don't care about my toning. I do. It's not like I just don't care about my inches. I don't want to make it sound like like I'm at level 100 of body positive. I'm not. It is an active process. There are times when I catch myself saying, oh god, you've gained so much inches, and I correct myself and I'm like, no, but you still have to love yourself. So like I'm on that journey myself too. But even just from the fitness perspective, I wasted off मेरा एक साल का जो मेरा जो ऑलमोस्ट एक साल का whatever 8-10 months का जो मेरा मेहनत चल रहा था, जुलाई अगस्त सितंबर अक्टूबर नवंबर दिसंबर जनवरी फरवरी मार्च, so about 9 months का मेहनत जो मैंने किया था, it basically got royally washed off through this lockdown. Now I know what you'll say, and I've had a lot of super supportive friends telling me कि अरे you know it's okay, it's lockdown, सबका weight gain हो रहा है and all of that. But what I started noticing about myself through this lockdown, by the time I realized what was happening, it was June, was that I was going through really weird slumpy days. I talked about this in my vlogs, I talked about this on my Instagram stories, I talked about this on in some of my Instagram posts also, where I'm doing everything. I'm sleeping enough, I'm working, I'm actively trying to talk to people on video call, you know, human contact and all of that. But something just kept feeling off and I couldn't put a finger on it. I just couldn't put a finger on it. By the time I realized, I was like, okay, I need to correct this. You guessed right. What I was really kind of missing and what was becoming a really big mood dampener for me was that I wasn't working out at all. It's not just about working out. My job is also such that मुझे you know काफ़ी कुछ like बाहर रहना पड़ता है. I travel, मैं events पे जाते रहती हूँ. There's a lot of physical movement. So basically since March, apart from 3 cancelled trips and God knows how many cancelled events, I had suddenly gone into like this crazy slump जहाँ पे कोई activity ही नहीं हो रही थी. And that really got to me, not just like emotionally, but also physically, right? That's why I landed up gaining so many inches, quite a few kgs, and I started getting all of these comments on Instagram which were like, you look pregnant, congratulations, is there good news? And that kind of really threw me off because I was like, this is not nice for me from a fitness point of view. Forget about the fact that this is weird for people to comment in general. I mean, that's not something anyone should say. It's not normal to ask someone, are you pregnant, because they put on a little bit of weight. So forget about the weird comments angle. I'm talking about the impact of those comments angle. They didn't make me hate my body, but what they did for me was make me realize that I have completely fallen off my own personal fitness journey. So in a way, I should probably like thank them. What I'm getting to is, ever since I've started working out again, and I've been working out every single day for a while, every single day except Sundays. And I had to take a couple of days off in the middle because I have one bad ankle. If you guys have seen my LA vlog from last year, you know that I had an accident when I was in Los Angeles. And basically I had to like rest my obviously because I had to rest my left foot, I had to rest both my feet. So for a few days I didn't work out in the middle, but mostly I've been working out 6 days a week. Even on days where I don't feel like working out, I push myself just to do a warm up and a cool down. I push myself just to do on spot walking, on spot marching. I have joined an online Zumba class which happens twice a week. But what's really helping me, I'm not gonna lie, more than anything, is that I've started making like these playlists on YouTube which are private of really great workouts, and they're mostly cardio driven, and then a couple of them are like toning driven or like complete 5,000 steps in your place kind of a thing. Then no equipment at home workouts. So it's just something that I've realized, even if I'm doing a little bit every other day, I'm feeling better. Now, if somebody told me workout and you will feel better, I would laugh at them and I would be like, you don't know my lazy bum. That's not going to make me feel better. That's just going to tire me. But what I've really come to realize, especially during this lockdown workout that I've been doing for a little over a month now, it is that my workouts are not leaving me tired. My workouts are actually leaving me more energized, and now I can finally, like, I'm in a place where I think I can say if I'm feeling really low about something, like in the middle, even on a Sunday when I wasn't having such a great day, I put on the playlist, I changed into my workout gear, I wore my shoes, and I worked out. And I just felt better. I don't know the science behind it. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's the endorphins that are released, dopamine that's released. I know that there are a lot of these hormones that work when you work out that make you feel better, and I'm not an expert on them by any angle. Maybe it's that. What I'm trying to say is, for me to say to you that, oh, work out and you will feel better, well, working out may not have the same impact for you than it does to me. Because for me, it's a really personal journey, and for you, maybe it's just something you have to do. Maybe it's more mechanical. It could be very mechanical for me if it works out for you and you tell me like this. So no formula applies to like everyone, is what I'm trying to say. Another thing that I want to kind of highlight here is that so many people, let's just say 99% of the people that exist on social media and post regularly are there to highlight their high points of life. Not everyone is going to talk about their low points. I mean, I know I'm an active advocate for like showing my face without makeup, and I'm an active advocate for not using crazy Facetune filters to smooth in my makeup out. I'm not. But having said that, so many people might be affected by what someone else is doing. It all kind of rounds back down to say that पॉजिटिविटी इंटरनेट पे एक चीज है, बट आपको देखना है कि जो किसी और को पॉजिटिव करे वो नेसेसरीली आपको पॉजिटिव नहीं करेगी. इट्स नॉट द सेम थिंग. सो इट्स नॉट फेयर टू से टू समवन ऑन द इंटरनेट, और एटलीस्ट वर्ड इट केयरफुली, where we say, oh, if you do this you will feel better. I would rather word it and say, when I do this I feel better, but that's because I formed a certain habit out of it. And that really is the key word. Like for me, if you told me 3 years ago, Anam, you would feel better about yourself once you work out, I promise you I would laugh at you and be like, sure babe, sure. Like, because I'm not like a fitness junkie. I'm not someone who like actively sets, really hard goals for myself. My physical stamina is not something to write home about. But today I feel, yeah, okay, maybe it's not much, but at least it's something. At least there's an effort, and that's what counts. So if you see positivity on the internet and you feel like someone is being preachy from a point of, do this, you'll feel better, just know that there's no guarantee. I'm not asking you to unfollow such people. I'm not asking you to cancel people. I'm just trying to make you aware for yourself and no one else that, listen, these kind of formulas are out there, but it takes a habitual process to get to a point where you can actually use that formula. Let me put it like that. Will it just randomly happen कि आप ABC करोगे and you will feel better? I don't think so, realistically. But I do think that if you make a habit of it, classical conditioning, like I was talking about earlier, then yeah, there is a chance that those very things that someone is telling you about can make you feel better. One of the things that I'm actively trying to do for myself, and this is not a habit at all, so this is something I'm really trying to do for myself, is I'm trying to get more into listening to podcasts. I've had a few people tell me that it might be interesting for me to have a podcast, and I don't know, because it's like one more thing to maintain. Maybe I could take Self-Care Sunday as a series and make that a podcast. That idea has crossed my mind. But I feel like I first want to get familiar with the world of podcasts in general. And as someone who spends a fair amount of time consuming content, I feel like this is like a really great place for me to start becoming an audience of. If you are someone who's into podcasts, please tell me what your favorite podcasts are below in the comments, because I'm looking for nice, positive, uplifting content to listen to. There's a lot of time I spend around the house, घर का काम करते हुए, या कभी makeup करते हुए, या just Instagram reels का content करते हुए, where audio doesn't matter. So I would love to consume good content that's business savvy or life savvy, positivity savvy, that I don't mind consuming. And I feel like that might be really interesting for me. So please give me suggestions down below in the comments if you are someone who's actively listening to podcasts, and maybe also tell me where you're listening to them, because currently the few podcasts that I've been listening to and coming across have all been on the podcast app on my iPhone or on my iPad. So just kind of help a girl out and give me some ideas, because I want some ideas on who I can listen to for sure. I want to make a confession and say something to you guys. Just, I feel like this is something that I always think that I will share with you, and I don't know if I've shared it with you before, but I feel like I should. Every time I'm filming one of my self-care Sunday videos, I always have to kind of be so careful about the way I'm putting my words across, because I can sometimes just say things without thinking twice. I'm very emotional, and I tend to be someone who just speaks my mind off very candidly, and it can be something that's really good or really bad also. I just feel like I want to be able to tell you guys things like you're my friends, and it's something that I get really emotional about simply because you mean so much to me. And when I see like certain things on the internet, I feel like, oh my god, I hope my followers aren't believing that if they do this, their life will change overnight. A lot of things that are out there on the internet will make you feel really bad about your lives, because everyone wants to highlight their lives and the good things about their lives so much more. But I promise you, not everything you see out there is real. Today I'm sitting here, I'm talking to you candidly. I share a lot of my life with you, you know I do. But I also have to come out and tell you that I don't share certain things about my life that I know I'm struggling with internally. There are certain things about my personal life that I don't share with you guys, that are struggles for me on a day-to-day basis. That I have a close friend who's going through a lot in his life and is dealing with a health issue, and I haven't talked about it. But like just small things, like I have another friend who's going through a really bad marriage and she's really struggling, and it's just these small things that I know are emotionally really heavy on me, for example. So I don't want you guys to look at things on the internet and feel like, oh my god, they have it so easy, because they don't. Every single person out there has a journey of their own, have struggles of their own. So never be envious of someone else's life, especially basis what you see on social media, because there is a part of it that you are not, there is a part of their struggle, or there is a part of their journey that you are not within the purview of, and it's only fair for them to keep certain things within their privacy and for them to put on a happy face forward. You know, one of the things that I get asked very often, and not just from followers, also from friends. You know, there are days where my friends know I'm having a really shitty day, and then they see me all happy and shiny on Instagram stories, and they're like, oh, you seem better now. Like, they'll reply to my Instagram stories saying, and I'm like, no, it's not that I'm happy now, it's just that you don't take your baggage to work, right? Like, if you've had a bad day at home and you go to office, you're not sitting in front of your boss or your colleagues and putting up a really sad, sour face. You try to do your best. So this is me. I could be having a really shitty day, but I'm not going to come and throw my baggage at you, because if I throw my baggage at you, then I'm the person who's like making a public display to be like a drama queen. And and B, the other thing, if I don't, is that, oh my god, she's so fake. But the thing is, my simple perspective on this is that not everyone needs to share everything about their lives on the internet. There is that small percentage of things that we leave and very personally guard, that we leave offline. And second is, just because I'm in a bad mood doesn't mean I should come on here and spoil your mood. You're here to get entertained by my videos, you're here to learn something from my videos, you're here because you like me or love me as a follower and want to support me. But that doesn't mean I need to throw my bad moments on you. So I do think that there can be a flip side to everything, and which is why I'm kind of just putting it out there and reinforcing that everything you see on the internet is not 100% accurate. So this fake positivity in general, for me, as what I see it as, is someone who's just like, let's say for example, fake positivity for me is taking a picture with my husband and putting it up, and God forbid, like, we're actually going through something really serious and not just fight. And a couple, let's say, is talking about divorce but making it look like everything's okay. That's like just being 100% fake, right? I feel like we need to be able to find a balance between not dragging our baggage on the internet, but also like not making people feel bad about their lives, keeping it realistic. Don't overly edit your photos, don't overly edit your lives. Put your best foot forward, but don't put on a foot that isn't yours, to put it in a nutshell. Okay, to conclude this video, I should show you what this final look looks like. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I want to conclude this video with saying that it's okay for all of us to have bad days. It's okay for us to want to be positive, but the attempt and the process might take a little longer than expected. That is also okay. It's perfectly okay for people to put out messaging on positivity, so long as you know that that is a process. It's not, nothing will just instantly make you feel better unless you put your body into that zone, which I have lipstick on my teeth, guys. Ugh. Is that better now? Okay. This lipstick takes, oh my god, red lipstick. This is the downside to wearing a lipstick that dries down so beautifully matte but takes a couple of minutes to do that. What I was saying was, it's okay for people to put out that messaging as long as you know, and circling back to the idea of classical conditioning, where it may take a little bit of time for you to be able to feel that instant positivity. So technically it's not like an instant one. It's like one of those things where you might think, oh, Anam takes only like 45 minutes or 1 hour to film this video, but it's taken me so many years to perfect myself down where I don't need to take double takes. And sometimes I still take double takes, not gonna lie, but like one of those things, right, where it's taken me that much time of practice to now get it in one go, like cooking food or like riding a bike or learning how to swim. Positivity is also an exercise. It takes time for you to be able to lift yourself up by doing something. So there is good positivity out there, there is fake positivity out there. I just kind of wanted to come on here and in today's video show you guys that both exist, and just kind of, if you're feeling low, it's okay to feel low. You know what I mean? Go ahead and leave me a comment down below, because one of the other topics I have had on my mind for a while is talking about pain and talking about letting go and talking about just the not so happier aspects of life. If you think you'd actually want my take on that, let me know down below in the comments. Which reminds me, today's Wear Fam comment shout out goes to Nidhi Nair. She's left me one of the sweetest comments ever. You guys, I'm always reading, liking, hearting, replying to all of your comments, so please keep those conversations going. I always try my best to make it a point to reply to as many of you as possible, and I think I reply to all of you over a period of time for sure. So thank you so much for being such a supportive Wear Fam. Please hit that like button, that helps my channel get more discoverability and hopefully more views. Click that bell button, get those alerts. I put up a lot of videos here on YouTube, and I would love for you to get notified for everything that I have in store for you. Still looking down, trying to make sure there's no red lipstick going onto my teeth. Remember that all of the product information will be mentioned down below in the info box, so you can give that a read. I'm gonna go throw on some accessories and take some pictures because I have the glam on, and I'm actually about to film a video next which is responding to my hate comments. So make sure you guys stick around for that one, are subscribers so you get the alerts. Hopefully you will enjoy all of the content that's coming up really soon. I love you all so much. I hope that you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. Mwah. Bye guys.